unveiling treasures from history, where every coin tells a story. This is Rare Coins.
A quarter you might find in your pocket today could be hiding a story from over 30 years ago, and in the right condition, it could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Today, we're talking about the 1990 Washington quarter. Support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. The 1990 quarter was minted during the circulation of the classic Washington design that has been around since 1932. By 1990, billions of quarters were being produced at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, making them seemingly ordinary coins. But appearances can be deceiving. While most 1990 quarters are found in circulation, there are rare examples in perfect uncirculated condition, along with some unusual varieties and errors, which make this coin a collectible gem. On the front, you'll find George Washington's portrait, facing left. Above him, Liberty is clearly inscribed, and just below, the year, 1990. The Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins show a D, and San Francisco proofs have an S. The reverse features the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, a design that has remained virtually unchanged since 1932. The details of the eagle's feathers and arrows become crucial for collectors, especially when grading coins for sharpness and strike quality. Though most 1990 quarters are worth face value in circulated condition, the story changes dramatically when you encounter coins in high grade or with errors. Uncirculated examples can sell for $1 to $5 in MS-60 to MS-63 condition. Coins graded MS-64 or MS-65 can fetch $10 to $25, and rare MS-66 examples might reach $50 or more, depending on luster and strike quality. Some of the most valuable quarters from this year are proof coins or coins with errors. Double die obverse (DDO) coins, where Liberty or the date shows slight doubling, can range from $50 to $200, depending on how bold the doubling is. Off-center strikes are another error variety, with coins struck 10 to 50% off-center potentially selling for $100 to $300, while extreme examples can fetch more. Clipped planchets and broad-strike errors are also highly collectible, usually valued between $75 and $400, depending on condition and size of the error. Proof coins from 1990 are particularly interesting. San Francisco proofs, marked with an S, were made with special polished dies and a mirrored finish. Proofs in perfect condition, especially PR69 or PR70, can sell for $50 to $150, and rare errors on proof coins, such as double dies or missing design elements, can push prices even higher. Even within standard circulation coins, a high-grade coin with strong luster can be much more valuable. Coins that retain full original mint red or brilliant white surfaces, sharp detail in Washington's hair, and crisp eagle feathers are highly prized. Those coins are often graded and sold by PCGS or NGC, ensuring buyers can trust their condition. High-grade circulation strike 1990 quarters in MS-66 or MS-67 can fetch $100 to $300 at auction, depending on eye appeal and demand. Finding these coins today can happen in surprising places. Coin collectors often search for them in rolled coins from banks, old piggy banks, estate collections, and even in change jars passed down through families. Even casual coin hunts at flea markets or garage sales can reveal a high-grade 1990 quarter. Because errors were more common than many realize, someone who takes the time to inspect their coins carefully may stumble across a hidden treasure. The 1990 quarter also reflects a transitional era in U.S. coinage. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, coin designs were stable, but the mint was experimenting behind the scenes with production techniques, dye materials, and proof finishes. These subtle changes sometimes resulted in slight doubling, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes, creating the rare varieties that collectors now seek. Selling a 1990 quarter depends heavily on its condition. Common circulated coins can be sold locally or online on eBay, Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace. But high-grade examples or coins with errors should ideally go to heritage auctions, great collections, or Stax Bowers, where serious collectors pay top dollar. Grading by PCGS or NGC is strongly recommended for coins above MS64 or for error coins, as it increases buyer confidence and potential selling price. Even though the 1990 quarter may seem ordinary, it carries the potential for remarkable surprises. Circulation strike coins can hide perfect surfaces, proof coins can reveal errors, and the tiniest mint mistake can transform a 25-cent piece into a collectible worth hundreds or thousands. Coins like these show that even modern quarters have stories waiting to be discovered, stories of production, errors, and the meticulous artistry of the U.S. Mint. The key takeaway is simple. Don't overlook the everyday coins in your pocket, drawer, or collection. Among the billions minted in 1990, a small number of high-grade, error, or proof coins are highly valuable. These coins remind collectors and casual finders alike that treasure often lies in plain sight, in the coins we think of as ordinary. Support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. Imagine pulling a simple 1965 quarter from your pocket and finding out it's worth thousands of dollars. Sounds impossible, right? But it's real. Some 1965 quarters have sold for five-figure prices, and collectors are still hunting for more every single day. Support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. 1965 wasn't a normal year for American coins. This was the moment the United States Mint completely changed its system. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. But starting this year, silver was removed, and the new copper-nickel-clad quarter was born. This shift created one of the greatest collecting mysteries in modern coin history. Because during that changeover, some mistakes slipped out, and those mistakes are now some of the rarest and most valuable quarters you can ever find. Let's start with the basics. The 1965 quarter should weigh around 5.67 grams, and it should have a copper-colored core when you look at the edge. Most of these coins are extremely common because over 1.8 billion were produced. A regular circulated one is worth only 25 cents. Even nice uncirculated examples are usually worth $5 to $20. But the story gets interesting when we move into high mint state grades. A perfectly preserved 1965 quarter with sharp luster and no contact marks can be surprisingly valuable. In MS67, these coins have sold for $500, $750, even above $1,200 depending on market demand. The population gets extremely tiny after MS66. Collectors want flawless examples of the first year of clad coinage, so top-grade pieces always bring strong prices. But the coin that transforms this year into legend is the rare silver planche error. This happened when leftover 90% silver planches, meant for 1964 quarters, accidentally got struck with 1965 dies. Only a small handful of these have ever surfaced, and when they do, the prices explode. One example sold for $7,050. Another hit $12,650. And one of the most famous recordings reached around $16,000. That's the kind of number that makes everyone check their change a little more carefully. So how do you know if yours is the rare silver one? The weight. Silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams. Also check the edge. Silver ones don't show a copper-colored stripe. If the weight is way off from 5.67 grams, you might have something special. Now let's talk about the regular errors from 1965 that still carry strong value. Off-center strikes, especially those that show the full date, can bring anywhere from $50 to $300 depending on how dramatic they look. Double strikes can go for $200, $400, even more if the coin shows a clear second image. There are also die cracks, cuds, and die breaks. These aren't as rare. But big cuds on the rim can still bring $40 to $100 because collectors love dramatic visual errors. Clipped planchets are another great one. Depending on the size of the clip, you're looking at $20 to $75. And then we have doubling. While the 1965 doubled die quarters aren't as famous as other years, some minor doubling does exist, especially on the motto or the lettering. Even minor varieties can still bring $25 to $60. Now take a moment and think about the history surrounding this coin. It was the peak of the coin shortage of the 1960s. Americans were hoarding the old silver coins because silver prices were rising. Businesses were struggling to get enough change, and the U.S. Mint was running non-stop trying to produce billions of new clad coins to fix the shortage. That pressure, that rush, that chaos, that's exactly why mistakes happened. And it's why 1965 became one of the most fascinating years in modern coin collecting. People today search for these coins everywhere, and you don't need a rare coin shop to get lucky. Check your change jar. Go through bank rolls. Look in estate sales, flea markets, garage sales, antique stores, thrift shops, anywhere old coins might be hiding. The 1965 quarter is so common that millions of them are still circulating, and that means treasure may still be out there. If you do find a high-grade coin or a dramatic error, selling it is simple. Common ones can go on eBay, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, or coin groups. But rare silver planchet errors or coins graded MS67 and above should always go to top auction houses, heritage auctions, great collections, or Stax Bowers. These companies specialize in rare coins, and they attract the big bidders who pay the big money. Think about it. A simple 1965 quarter, something you've probably held thousands of times without thinking, could be worth more than a brand new laptop, or even a motorcycle. That's the magic of coin collecting. Ordinary coins can hide extraordinary stories. So the next time you come across a 1965 quarter, don't rush to spend it. Weigh it, look at the edges, check for errors. You never know. Your coin might be the next one to hit $10,000 or more at auction.